Janeto, arrivederci. Mi, no. Francisco. Goodbye. To Anchonimus. Ok, estoy siendo estúpido. Saludos y bienvenidos a todos a Panchónimo. Soy su anfitrión Francisco y feliz Día de los Inocentes. Al menos la versión gringa, la más popular. Y pues no voy a mentir, iba a estar con ustedes desde hace horas, pero cuando iba a hacerlo después del trabajo me quedé sin batería en el coche, se descargó, me tuvieron que hacer el favor de irme y para cuando pues tuve que ir a lo de la película de Mario y después el regreso estuvo garrafal, tienen cerradas varias avenidas, entonces y pues tenía que preparar cosas para mañana. Voy a disfrutar mi Semana Santa. Y pues de puro milagro alcancé a estar aquí antes de que se acabara el día oficialmente. Sí, voy a estar comiendo mientras estoy con ustedes. Au, me duele esta fregadera. Y pues comencemos lo más pronto posible. Denme un segundo. Vamos a abrir Danganrompa. Denme un segundo. Okay. Okay. Un segundo. 6-1-8-3-14-2. Aquí está Pretrial. Okay. ¡Oh! Vamos a divertirnos. ¿Qué bromitas pasaron que terminó con la muerte de alguien? ¿Quién sabe qué es? ¿No? La víctima es Kifumi Yamada. Y Yotaka issue. ¿Cómo movieron al gordo? No tengo la menor idea. The Blue Tart, de que movieron acá. Position Dory. Los lentes estaban. Alguien limpió los lentes. Un martillo. Se podía hacer la puerta adelante. Desapareció. Los dos fueron. Las letras están bastante bien. Pero la letra en los planos está del nabo. Entonces, pues, ya su giro es como. Puede ser. Trial start.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the result.
Band sticks. Escape, open the book.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Okay.
Now then,
We already know who did it.
was that?
It was Hero. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
A ver, un segundo. Okay.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hero, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Okay.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Es el asesino. Antes que nada, tenemos que aclarar eso.
everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit cards, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Okay.
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
Okay. That's blueprint.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof.
Espera. No.
No, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Ajá.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden. Go ahead, Makoto.
So?
Shoot!
I got it! Other than Hero, obviously he was the one in that particular suit.
Then there can be no doubt.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual.
So what you're saying...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You...
Of course. There's something else we need to clarify first.
Hey, stop trying to...
All things have a proper...
So what is it?
We must clarify the method of transportation. It would seem that his corpse was moved. Makoto, can you tell...
I got it!
Okay.
I got it! They were a doll. So, let's... Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Okay.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
Ok. Y hemos sacado el día de los
So the killer must
inocentes.
have seen it there,
Pero no
and
en
decided
espíritu.
to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, it wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving.
Okay, that explains the...
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room with... But when the... Later, when Taka's body... So did the doll.
In other words, you think, but are you sure you are not Hook? Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects, which the truth would be very strange indeed to discuss. Is it not possible that it was in the repository.
She's raised an objection.
There is no shame in being wrong. We have all accepted the fact that you
Nunca he oído a nadie ser tan grosero cuando tratan de no ser amable. Okay.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. You don't.
Okay.
Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
This should prove it. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, when I found the dolly in the repository, there was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the ball. So there's my proof that the...
Oh, Dios mío.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. What kind of robot?
I'm not sure that
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit, if you look back on how the body was transported. As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you have to do, then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer took part of the...
if you accept, then you must realize that. Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
Bend over.
As we know, and from there.
Yeah, the culprit loaded it on...
Now, keep in mind.
Well, yeah, all you have to do is bend over.
Pero no se puede agachar uno.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly, but if you were wearing that suit...
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. When you're in that suit, not only can you not... Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it,
It seems like it'd be awfully hard.
well, what's to stop you?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone...
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible! Not that I...
On top of that, if you were wearing such a... it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about...
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit?
Again! I don't think taking off the suit was an option.
No sé qué pasa con esta cosa. No me puedo quitar. ¿Alguien me ayuda? ¿Por qué te pondrías algo que no te puedes quitar? Yo no hice esta cosa. Hay una agarradera en la parte de atrás que evita que se quite. Parece muy fuerte. No creo que te puedas quitar tú solo. Tenemos opción. Hay que quitarlo.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us. Showing up in the suit was basically in
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really...
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have...
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, ha! Besides, do you remember what the now...
¿Cómo se hirió? Me golpeó. ¿Quién? Robo Justice. Decidí llamarlo ahora.
So long as those facts exist, the individual inside the suit and the culprit are one... Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early. Besides, there's no hurry to before we rush to a verdict. Instead of seizing on one viewpoint,
Perhaps, but where do...
let's review this series of unfortunate events before...
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when...
All right then, let's take it. I suppose we could start. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
Okay.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
¿Ah? ¿Qué pasa? ¡Y una sombra! Algo se movió cerca de la cima de las escaleras.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Okay. Lo vi, el hombre enmascarado. Yo tan pronto como grité. Estaba bloqueando las caminas, las escaleras. Yo el pasillo.
and then,
¡Ah! ¿Ah? ¿Qué fue eso? Vino debajo de las escaleras, debemos haber sido Hifumi. Pues madre, tenemos que ir rápido.
at that point, we decided to divide up into two. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. While Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, We had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office.
Okay.
But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
El cuerpo de Hifumi ha desaparecido.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Okay.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she found the bodies, and which is where we rediscovered.
Okay.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Okay.
And from there, we can uncover the contradiction. Now then, let's get started. So, I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last. Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death came from a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was...
We already know what order they were killed in.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was...
We already know what Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was...
We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering.
It's true that Hifumi, while Taka's death came.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regard... I wonder if, or perhaps it was...
We already know what order they Taka came last.
what makes you?
Because of the numbering.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
Regarding Taka, I wonder if or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Baltaka's death from a swing of justice.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
so,
Regarding, I wonder if or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
justice hammers.
Que se van a ejecutar a mí.
So,
Regarding Taka, I wonder if or perhaps it was... We already know what order Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number...
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
so,
I wonder if or perhaps it was...
we already know what order they were killed in.
Estaba.
I refuse to give up yet.
I wonder if he or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number...
It's true that Hifumi while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka...
So,
Regarding, I wonder if he got or perhaps it was...
we already know what order they were killed in.
Okay.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
No, it's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that... If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to...
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to, but in reality, Taka was... Okay then, let...
enfócate.
I refuse to give up yet.
Wristwatch.
Now I understand. I got it. Papa's wrist. See? Look. It broke with the hands point.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hold you're gonna keep this right, huh? That kind of irritated was Pierce. Well, it was like, it's almost 10 o'clock. Take time for little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been.
And that would be his official
But if that's true,
and before Celeste was attacked this morning.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of
That's simple facts. Look, we made the wrong assumption about the order of
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer that way, when we saw how they were used in each...
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder because when he was killed, we hadn't met up with.
that may be true in the case of Bud. All of our alibis still...
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Ah!
When we heard Fumi screaming, we were all together. Then we all ran down to the... That's totally true. We're all in the cliff.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something.
If that's true,
I don't know.
don't just go Megan's...
Anyway, we all have rock solid out since all of us were there together.
And it does not stop there. It was when his body vanished from Hina and I were in the bathroom together. And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body at that time. We were all... Don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's...
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have, because, as we just established, she...
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have... On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared. So they...
So what now, Kyo?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Okay.
And according to what Celeste said,
Pues no podría haber sido más o menos todos. El asesino movió el cuerpo de Hifumi en ese cantidad de tiempo, eso sí me parece.
his body apparently disappeared in order to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the
Ay,
third.
Gordosio, cómo
in that
complicas
short
todo.
amount
Oh, man, yeah!
Well, what if I told you there was a... What? If the dead body...
The dead body...
No!
I don't think it has anything to do with we thought Hifumi was dead, but
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office?
But I mean, we found his...
perhaps he was simply...
That... It...
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead. And you know that surely you've heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the
Really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible he was dead. And you know that surely you've heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why
Really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you've heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No.
No, it's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really
Of course it was. The announcement.
maybe? But that was also the same.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and...
What do you say, Monokuma?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue. But what I can say about the body discovery is only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body.
That didn't answer our question, man.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is... Even if we find the same body again later, if that's true, then why was...
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement.
Shoot!
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies...
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered for...
So, when we found Hifumi the first time, and then meaning he wasn't actually found...
And that's just part of... There's one other thing that leads me to believe...
Oh, I know! We're gonna find Dad!
That is the worst luck. But honestly, I do not think there's...
Okay then, let's take another look at the event. Then it should become clear whether
This whole thing is... Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the again. While me and Celeste were in the back, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being made and his body after, other than the change in how it was positioned...
No.
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the...
But when you compare his body before, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, it's wrong! In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only...
Perhaps you'd like to feel the...
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office... But when we found him again later in the repository... They were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. It was a glasses cleaning book. One look at the bloodstain on this piece of cloth was used, and the mascot on the cloth is the sick. And whose digital camera was it?
The character was...
I highly doubt anyone but you.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few dishes is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. What I'm saying is, the blood on his...
Even if that is true,
He does not, but who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses?
That's a good point.
It must have been him.
so let's assume that Hifumi was he pretends to be dead. Then when he stands up, and with that, the impossible task of move the thing. If he... What was with all that blood? The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies.
We figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So we played her crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was...
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, it should be perfectly obvious.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. He found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that's... Wait, this one's a little... Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone...
See. And
It's not the same.
in other words, the killer got in touch with him, and that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Happy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time? Happy had the note, right? And the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok. Poppy had the note, and the person it was must have been Poppy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok.
Shoot!
Poppy had the note, right? And the person it was intended for must have been Poppy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok. Then the person it was intended for must have been Poppy.
But remember what the note. What time did it?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok.
¿Qué hice mal?
And the person it was intended must have been Poppy.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok. Poppy had the note, right? And the person it was must have been Poppy.
But remember what time did it?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, it's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was... I think that should be plenty.
Well, no further objections.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. The culprit really is a...
And if they gave the note to Taka, stuffed down his pants?
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse.
Where's your proof?
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew
Sakura
the
bien
note was
hecho.
important.
Exactly. Which
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, in fact, he was behind the whole thing.
Sorry. When we found him in the repository, the second body discovered...
So then,
Whoever did is the mastermind.
he was killed in the repository. So he must...
So, he must have been killed after.
During that time, we'd all split up and were... In other words, during that time,
wait. But me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you... Who are you calling?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even.
And what might that?
The weapon they used to kill him.
Weapon?
Yeah. Because, I mean, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. The Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office. So if Hifumi was killed in the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, then put the hammer back where they... But wouldn't that be serious?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a break.
Hell yeah, it's back.
He's right, though. The Monokuma file makes it, but if the hammers were already laying around the...
So the question is, how could the culprit have got it personally? So which hammer was used to attack?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one.
Is it not possible that you...
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same...
So then, well... What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer? Maybe Justice Hammer?
How is the culprit able to how did nobody witness them carrying it? Yeah, like a Justice Hammer 5 or watching at murdergear.com/.
Well, one thing seems clear. The murder weapon has to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No.
No, it's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No,
But, seriously?
specifically, a hammer from the Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not? Based on the rules that have been made, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rule, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really, in this case,
However, there were two murders.
based on the rule that even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule holds true. It is
No.
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at
What do you mean?
If there's only been one murder, then yes, naturally, if only one person can be sick,
risk versus
the payoff for working together. There's no point in being someone's accomplice however, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there will instead...
Ok, vuelvan un segundo.
And it only looked like one person? Because that's... A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's probably where we're going right now.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do like this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brain, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now. Sorry. As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups.
In fact, Celeste was precise. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours are... That was to signal Hifumi was. It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across this...
I just realized that when we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead. Celeste, you were you wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt.
I don't...
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared.
Yeah? Wait.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi.
Each piece isn't much by itself. Wouldn't you agree?
I have no idea.
Don't bother trying to... You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but... Looking back, I can say... I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi...
I remember her saying that.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Okay.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said, think about it. Celeste,
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
you hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. If you're really not the culprit, you should...
Okay. I do.
All I said was... We must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened. They must be positively, we are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to... What was so strange about Celeste's comment? Shoot!
must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around. Right? They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes. But what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, we must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be, we are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like the and that is all I.
And that's all it takes. What was
So strange about Celeste's comment.
Okay.
All I said was, we must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be, we are all going to die. Just like those guys.
No, it's wrong. That's right. There's no reason, so when she said that, none of us had told her to...
Exactly. And he didn't run into her until... So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment.
So how did you know? How did you know more than... Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid...
Imagination.
You claimed that I was lying when I told you about... Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of...
It has to be some kind of Celeste. Put the suit on. And
Have you said people forgotten? Just, I happened. In other words, it is everything I told you simple.
Are we sure?
What could you possibly...
Surely there are other explanations.
No.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's... In the strange costume, Michael, if you saw someone wearing something like that in this...
that's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad...
He's utterly... If Hifumi was dragging him away, ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Okay.
Dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just dragged me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing if the person inside the suit. There's no way they could stand up straight. And the fortune-telling idiot!
Get away!
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Shoot! You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out.
You tried to make me look like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was unconscious.
Shoot! You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like a bad guy.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside, there's no way. Then the fortune tells.
No way! You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like a bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that. Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way! You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him. You tried to make me look like a bad.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, it's wrong.
Está usando la...
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
No podemos hablarla.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit bits. That's how they were able to fake that. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose...
What do you mean? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box, have you already forgotten? When we asked him who had it, he said, and Theodore.
Right. But my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at him?
What the hell are you
Kyoko,
When you think back to how did he refer to each of us?
shoot! I refuse to give up yet. No, even because that Robo just...
I think
That's how... I got it! That's right. Our last names.
exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Miyagi more than once for... to say Hiro's name. He would have said his last name, Hagaki.
I'm sure it was just indecent.
Don't talk.
Random chance. No, there's no reason to, but he must have run out of energy before.
So Hifumi was trying to tell.
But the name he said doesn't apply.
Well, no. Hold on. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real.
You think you take your false come on? Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Well, what?
Okay, then fill us in.
Make sure my real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself?
Hifumi was. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times have I Celestia Ludenberg, God damn
How long do you plan to go on?
I'm not pretending, and since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Hifumi was. He wanted us to know the killer's.
If there's one person
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending, and since you have no way to contradict me,
Oh, tenemos los libritos. Oh, perdón, no tenemos forma. Vamos a
That's
morir.
it. The hand.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it should. Monokuma told us all.
Que no respetamos cambios de identidad. O identidades en general, que no sean
So
la
all
del
we
que
have
dice
to
el
do
gobierno.
is check her handbook. That's how we can find out. So, Celeste, can you please just tell us, please?
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up because until the game's over, you never know.
Fine then. Let me go over the case again, and that'll bring every. Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help care for him. The killer is you! Before
forma una imagen. Más bien la hora.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything.
Yo odio mucho ese
With an
tipo.
accomplice. First, they convinced someone to meet them. That's someone they met with. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. They drugged him, knocked him out. Next, Hifumi positioned it while the killer used a digital camera. They did all this just when they were done with him. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they called Taka to the equipment. And that's where Hifumi killed him. The murder weapon was just his hammer. The reason hammer number 4 was used. So, for these attacks, the first fake incident was there. The killers wanted to make sure we bought this. So the second fake incident was this time, they planted Justice Hammer 2. And an injured with these two incidents, that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammer, he fell right into their trap. What happened? So, this time with these two, that the sun fell. While we did that, this was exactly. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and turned the room into a crime scene. He let out a scream to draw. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's. So when we heard the body discovered, we left the nurse's office. He simply got up. When we learned his body had disappeared, and once again, he couldn't hesitate. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp. That explains how each of the. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their plan all along, and they did it using it. That should cover everything that happened. Celeste!
I lost. When was the last time they hang heavy?
Then you admit it?
Listen to Celeste Hypo. Yasuhiro is fine.
Nico?
So, you finally...
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't...
Interesting.
Ok. Más de lo que esperaba obtener.
Okay, Monokuma. Or, no, I suppose this is the end.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. If you would, please look, and when the votes are tallied, who will become? Will you make the right choice or the dread?
Seas Luttenberg, o más precisamente Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
Perdí. Apesta. Supongo que tratar de trabajar con todos fue un error después de todo. La actitud de Hizumi fue más allá de mis cálculos.
I knew it.
¿Realmente te acercaste a Hifumi con el plan? ¿Cómo lograste que estuviera de acuerdo? No me puedo imaginar que cometiera asesinato felizmente. Especialmente cuando... Estoy seguro que trató con sus mentes. O sea, no me hagas seguir. No tuve que mentirle para nada.
So then,
¿Qué usaste? Sabía que te darías cuenta, Kyoko. Absolutamente right. Para obtener como recuerdo, la usé a ella. Todos serán por el beneficio de los que quedan. Evitaré mencionar su nombre, pero era la cosa que tanto Hifumi como Taka estaban súper vinculados. ¿Habla del alter ego?
Say what?
¿De qué habla?
just a second.
Danganrompa, estamos en una conversación aquí. Oh, estoy fuera del círculo como siempre.
In other words,
Es que no.
indeed,
Eso es correcto.
I see.
Usaste para arrastrar a Hifumi. De nuevo. En la noche hablamos de cómo desapareció y le pagué una visita a Hifumi. ¿Qué haces aquí?
Actually,
Quería trabajar contigo a solas. Es sobre quién lo robó, sé quién lo hizo. ¿Qué?
are you okay with this?
Fue Taka. Taka lo hizo. ¿Qué?
So then,
Tengo prueba, ¿quieres ver?
Damnation!
Sí que fue él. ¿Cómo lo hizo? ¿Cómo se supone? Es decir, ninguno de esos. Por lo que Taki me forzó a robarla.
Say what?
¿Qué?
as for me,
Perdóname, me amenazó.
oh,
¿Te amenazó?
as for me,
No, mi cuarto sin pedirme permiso y me dijo, abusó de mí.
What?
¿Qué? Me tomó imágenes y dijo que si no hacía lo que quería se las mostraría a todos. No tuve oportunidad.
Damnation!
Eso es un crimen, un verdadero crimen. Y te la tragaste, gordo de mierda.
Say what?
Imaginé que haría algo así. Fue tan fácil que se lo creyera. No puedo expresar qué tan divertido fue. Nunca he dicho algo así en mi vida. Voy a matarlo.
most unfortunate.
Espera. Caerás justo en sus manos, ¿eh?
Actually,
¿Qué plan usar plan para escapar? Te va a hacer a ti su blanco. ¿Te va a matar?
indeed,
Y se la quedará para el mismo maldito bastardo.
bastardo.
Honestly,
No podemos permitir que siga con sus actos barbáricos. ¡Claro que no! ¿Cómo podríamos?
I swear!
¡Lo salvaré!
Actually,
Entonces me unes. Si eso pasa, tengo un plan. ¿Ah? He descubierto una forma de reclamar lo que ha sido robado. Y escapar de estas casas. ¿Está completo? ¿De qué hablas? No, nada. Fumi ni siquiera lo pensó. El ítem era un cable, un poder del amor. Un amor tan depravado de la gente loca pareciera. Me desagradas.
I see.
Tengo que preguntar. ¿Fue ese disfraz era creación de Hifumi? Sí. Tal vez era patético. Le pedí que hiciera algo para ocultar la cara y cuerpo. Es mi culpa por elegirlo.
But
¿Por qué me decidieron culpar a mí? Porque eres estúpido. ¿Disculpa?
let's see.
Por eso en ese aspecto hice la decisión correcta. Me alegro que tu estupidez superbasara mis decisiones. La vida debe haber sido difícil para tus padres, ¿sabes? Quiero llorar.
Well,
Pero aún hablar de cómo, de Hifumi, cómo hiciste que muriera.
Are you okay with
Es simple. Yo te dijera su parte de pretender mal cuando alguien se mostrara. Te dije que sería seriamente herido, al borde de la muerte, pero que sobreviviría. ¿En verdad creyó eso? Claro. Era todo lo que era. Después de que se lo expliqué, Hifumi el plan era. Otras lo cuestionaran, lo que pasara. Lo iba a matar a alguien más. A ese punto Hifumi tendría una ala vaya, una cortada, y nadie dudaría de él. Le dije y le escogió. Muy recto, estereotipo. Cuadré mi mentira al nivel de mi oponente y Hifumi se la creyó. Se la creyó con todo su corazón hasta que el momento de su muerte.
So in the end,
Planeabas matarlo desde el principio. Claro. No habría punto de pretender estar muerto y que no muriera. ¿Cómo puede importar una vida para ti tampoco? Ese no es un problema. Hice todo mi poder para ganar.
Don't be mean.
Suenas como
I
Bakuya.
wonder about that.
No, él disfruta la cacería. En ese aspecto no nos parecemos.
Why?
¿Por qué hiciste este tipo de cosas? ¿En verdad fue por el dinero? ¿Qué hablas? 10 millones de dinero que Monokuma nos hizo. Es mucho dinero, ¿cierto? Pero no es todo. El momento que nuestra nueva vida empezó, mi único pensamiento ha sido escapar. Pero tú eres la que estás hablando de... Eso obviamente era una mentira, perra. ¡Ah! No lo podía ya soportar. Odiaba esto desde el día 1. Y más que nada, odiaba esto. Quería salir. Cada día era una tortura. ¿Quieren saber por qué? Porque tenía un sueño. Y aceptar la vida aquí significaba nada que rendirme a mi sueño. No había otra forma de que lo pudiera hacer. En el mundo de daño de las apuestas arriesgué mi vida para enriquecerme matando, metafóricamente. Todo por mi sueño. ¿Cuál era tu sueño?
Isn't it wonderful?
Vivir en un castillo europeo. ¿Un castillo? Reunir un montón. No manches, quería un harem de hombres que la consintieran.
This is fine.
Ok, te tuve pena. No, con mis ganancias, los 10 millones de comuna me hubieran hecho mi sueño realidad. Y llegué al punto, pero desafortunadamente mi sueño se acaba. Aún así no tengo arrepentimiento, seguí mi sueño hasta el final. Así que ¿por qué me arrepentiría? Suenas apasionada, pero en realidad podrías matar a tus amigos para eso. ¿Me preguntas si me siento culpable? Eso es ridículo. No tengo nada que ganar de otros que sacrificarme para otros. Para mí eso es muy completa aquí las tormentas. Es aterrador como nuestros valores son diferentes. Simplemente no nos podemos entender. Es lo que deberíamos decir nosotros. Y además, ¿cómo puedes estar tan calmada? ¿No entiendes que vas a morir? ¿No deberías tener miedo? Mi habilidad de mentir no tiene límite. Tomo mi orgullo en eso. No solo es para la gente, sino para engañar mis propias emociones. La conciencia engaña al subconsciente. Y por eso no estás asustada. Es correcto, no temo a la muerte. Mátame como quieras. Pero quiero que sepas si alguna vez reencarno. Si tengo una oportunidad entonces. Que regresaré como María Antonieta. Solo te ejecutarían de nuevo. ya terminaron. Ok, empecemos. El Blacken ha mostrado la paz y merece su castigo. Ahora prepárense para ella, la Gala Suprema.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again.
Bye, Celeste. Se acabó. La tercera ejecución se acabó. Celeste está muerta, se acabó. Celeste mató a uno de mis amigos. Sé que no le tengo lástima, pero no puedo negar que en un punto yo la consideré una amiga también. Y bien, él... ¿No es horrible? Alguien que no podía cortar sus arrepentimientos del mundo extraño de afuera. Que más gente tuvo que morir. Ustedes aún son jóvenes, necesitan valorar sus vidas. No supongo que vamos a pasar la antorcha de la esperanza a la siguiente generación. ¿Qué hablas? ¿De qué me importa la esperanza? La tiraré a la basura si me deja salir de aquí. Oh, sí que no todos. Ustedes son la encarnación de la esperanza, les guste o no. Es mi destino acabar con ustedes uno a uno. Es triste, pero la realidad no puede ser evitada. No hables como si no fuera responsable. Que nos mantengas aquí. ¿Cuánto nos mantendrás aquí? ¿Qué es lo que quieres de nosotros? Oh, Dios mío, estoy harto de oír a la gente preguntarme eso. Ya ríndanse. Bueno, de todas maneras, Kyoko te dio un tipo de llave, ¿verdad? ¿De eso de qué se trata?
So then,
Te respondo una pregunta si me respondes. ¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué me hiciste a mí? ¿Qué?
hey,
Responde, ¿qué le hiciste a mi cuerpo?
How exciting!
Oh, jeez, oh my jeez. ¿A qué te refieres con qué hice yo? No tengo idea. No sé nada de eso. ¿Qué fue eso ahora? ¿Mastermind hizo algo a Kyoko? ¿A qué se refiere? Bueno, las cosas están volviendo un poco molestas. Supongo que es hora de que me largue.
Well,
Están disfrutando su vida de la escuela. Se sienten solos, echen un grito. No que haré algo al respecto, claro.
see ya later.
¡Ajujú! Nos vemos. Como desesperación, dejándonos todos deprimidos sin desesperación. Aunque no era todo desesperación. Había un poco de esperanza. Kyoko Monokuma lo mencionó, pero... ¿Cuál es la llave que te dio? Debe ser la llave de uno de los cuartos del dressing room.
Hey,
Indeed.
Vamos. Solo nos fuimos al dressing room.
Hey,
What?
so
Come on.
Iré yo también.
What?
¿Tú? Por favor, déjame ir. Mientras más gente vayamos, más atención. Está bien, haga lo que quiera.
well then.
Yo!
¿Ok? Ok.
Okay.
Los Makoto, las suertes. Chicas como esas son pushovers cuando muestras algo de... Ay,
shall we go? So then,
buenos días. Ha pasado un rato, ¿verdad? Está salvo, gracias a Dios. No me vine a ver a Kyoko tan aliviada. Está hablando en tus corazón. Hice lo que Celeste dijo, no dije una palabra y me quedé calladita por siempre. Y entonces creo que podré abrir los últimos archivos tontos. Tal vez mañana. Es mejor, así que por favor aguanten. Podemos decir que el caso está oficialmente cerrado. El incidente es debido al incidente, pero podemos tomar un segundo. Quiero tomar esta oportunidad para que seas honesto conmigo. Kyoko, por favor dime, ¿qué tratas de hacer aquí en la escuela? Es por lo que querías venir conmigo. Bueno, no es algo que necesites saber ahora. ¿No necesito saber? Eso me hace me hace preocuparme más. ¿Preocupar? Como cuando pasó con la investigación, desapareciste y no te vimos de nuevo. Sin advertencia, sin explicación. Cuando haces eso, es natural que pienses que soy la espía de la mente maestra. No. Yo creo en ti.
what?
¿Crees en mí? No es obvio, la gente cree en sus amigos, por eso quiero que me digas. Quiero creerte, por favor cree en mí, somos amigos. Entienda.
It's true.
Todos creeré en ti. Solo por un poco más, ¿ok?
That's fine.
Ok, te diré. Por lo que he estado desapareciendo y lo que he hecho. Verás. Lo que oí de Kyoko fue... Francamente me voló la cabeza. Justo después de que le dije a Kyoko que creía, ella me dijo una historia que era casi increíble. Decidí confirmarla con mis propios ojos. Esperé a que la noche llegara y cuando hizo, entré en acción.
Correct. Correct.
Sus archivos, problemas cubiertos en polvo. El borde algo me obstacle de mi stream. Lo único que está, alguien está viéndolo cerca. No te debes de ir. Esto es raro. ¿Y me puedo llevar? Se llevó. Palabras no debes dejar. Lo he oído antes, pero no lo recuerdo. No sé. Espera, no sé. Una extraña sensación golpeó mi cabeza. Sentí que mi cerebro se agitaba desde eso entonces en la oscuridad. No entiendo qué pasó. No entiendo qué pasó, pero terminó. Abrí mis ojos. No sé cuánto tiempo ha sido. Au. Aparentemente me golpeó y perdí conciencia. Sentí dolor en mi cabeza. Se oye un ruido. Era débil pero innegable. Ese ruido viene del gimnasio. Respectivamente me arrastré al marco del gimnasio a la entrada. ¿Qué pasa? Nada. ¿Qué en el gimnasio? Sakura y aún lo llaman más allá de lo que cualquier humanidad pudiera comprender. Un lado neuromano, eso seguro, pero no puedo dejar de mirar. No pude mover, incluso respirar.
Why, you? What do you think? I asked you a question. How dare this wasn't part of it? I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Yo estoy mirando, estoy oyendo un ren, podría ser. El espía el mastermind es Sakura. Siguiente generación de leyenda. Mantente alto, Galactic Hero. Y pues estoy exhausto, necesito dormir, tengo que tomar carretera mañana para el trabajo y demás. No, pues no para el trabajo, para tomar un descanso. Trabajo no es hoy. Hasta la próxima. Cuídense.